Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, traders around the globe. With Admiral Markets say welcome to our real-time daily trading idea webinar. In this webinar, we have 5 days with 5 different traders, so with 5 different trading opinions here. And today we have the pleasure here with Giancarlo. He will join us in a couple of moments. But first of all, here's our risk disclaimer. Please be aware that all we are showing and presenting here today is just a personal opinion of our trader and not an advice for investing. CFDs and Forex products are complex products and can result in losses that exceed your deposit. So they maybe not be subtitled for everyone, so please be aware. And all we are showing and presenting here is just a personal opinion of our traders, just in case again. So, here's a picture from me. My name is Tim Temp from Admiral Markets here, based in Berlin in Germany. So, and yes, as I told you at the beginning, we have the pleasure here today with Giancarlo. He will join us right now. And here we have a quick overview of some of our offerings. Maybe here our best seller, for example, the DAX30 with a typical fixed spread of only 0.8 point during the main trading hours. These and other products you can trade without any commissions. So, and we are an international broker, so we have different licenses all over the world. What does it mean for you as a customer? So feel free to contact our customer service and ask us. So that's it for me for the moment. I say good morning to you, Giancarlo. Hope you're doing well. You have the screen and you can start.
Good morning, team. Good morning, traders. Welcome to Real-Time Day Trading Ideas. I would like to speak some minutes about what's happened in the market today, but in general, which is the situation of indices and the future of a market in next weeks. First one, I would like to remember that the last bullish trend of recent days have pushed the Wall Street indexes on new annual hikes. You have to know that this increase in intensities is very similar to what happened in the post-crash of computer crisis of 1987. In fact, it was many years that we don't see so many consecutive days of rising as it's happening from the end of December. It's logical that most of traders thinks at some retracement that can start in these days on the next week, but I would like to speak about this problem because we have a great chance to have an increases up of 30% in next 12-18 months. You have to understand that we are very near at reversal point in the long term, especially Standard & Poor and the rest of American indexes. So it's logical that someone think think about some retracement, but in general, I am positive, and I think that is possible to reach new annual hikes in this year, at least before summer. In the same time, I would like to remember that we have 4 reasons that could drive up the Wall Street markets in the coming month. But it could be more interesting what is the worries of international financial community. Why this community is worried about the future recession? We know that when the yield curve of 2-year government bonds, the treasury bonds, flattens or tilt negative, it's indicated that a future recession in the 12-15 month in the next years in general. So what we have to say that this moment the curve of bond is flat, and while it is tilted to 5 years, and therefore the future is still to be fought. So if we know that after 12, 15 months, the economic cycle could enter recession, meanwhile the market continued to rise. The question of profit estimates for this year, we know that the earnings will be very low respect the last year. Last year we are working around the 20%. This year we are speaking about at 580%, but the contest show a growth. So in this parameter we have a green light for stock markets. At the same time, we have some duties, political or not, in the world that worry the market. First one, the USA trade war, the Brexit, the Italian and the German situation. Yesterday, Powell is speaking about that the GDP of USA will be around 3%, and although in Europe we have a senior recession, some indicator help us to show that we have possibility to grow from the second part of this year. And last one, I would like to remember a model based on treasury spread that show a probability of recession in USA for January 2020 in 23.60%. So you can understand that is very low, the probability of recession. But on the other hand, remember that the condition for recession are being created. So we will have, but we don't know. We expect at least the next year. In my opinion, we are very close to beginning a new bullish market. So if we don't have any strong sell-off like the February and October of last year, I think it's very difficult that the market could change their direction. Thank you very much for giving me some minutes to explain why the market in this moment remain with low volatility and a lot of choppy range, because the smart money are preparing something very important, and of course explosion momentum is very near. Today we are focused about the business confidence in European Union, and of course for this afternoon we have to take a look at the inflation rate in Canadian region, and another testimony of Fed Chair, Mr. President Powell. Of course, we have the data of crude oil stock exchange and some data by pending home sale in USA. So now let me explain something about Standard & Poor's, because of course it's beautiful to tell you I made an analysis, general analysis, but it's logical that I explain to which are the levels that we have to see in the Standard & Poor's to understand if we have a possibility of reversal or at the worst situation, sell-off, and the possibility to have a new fall on the market. In this moment, you can appreciate how our target in the Standard & Poor's in 2,810 was reached some days ago. So we don't have any different idea about the trend of market. The trend is bullish, and we cannot change the idea until the smart money, that are the creator of markets, change the direction. So what happened now? Of course, it's logical to see some retracement, and today could we reach at least could we reach this smart money zone here in 770, and in extension we can arrive here in this zone between 763 and 756. For now we are close in this volume range, so it's difficult to manage because you have to see how the Standard & Poor remain with the low volatility after the opening. Very choppy to trade. This difficult day are very difficult day to trade, especially for trade. They don't like to take a lot of risk. My idea is that it's possible that this week remain in this situation, but in any event we have to remember that in case the price recover this zone at least 803 at the break this level, we can start a new uptrend, and we would like to reach this week at least in this case the zone between 824 832. In extension we can arrive until here. We have a large space. So all depend of volatility and how the smart money push the market in this direction. In the same time, you can understand that it's more probably that in opening American session we have the great possibility to touch this level, or before too, depend of volatility at half past 2, and in this case we can have another break and we can arrive here. Remember for this week in any event that until the price remain up this level, the trend remain bullish. So we always use the same attitude, use the pullback to find a new buy entry. If the price goes below this zone, we can start to have some worries, but in any event, and in a monthly basis, the price, the trend remain bullish until the price remain up the 700. So we are very far from this zone, and in general remember that the price in a large contest in this moment remain bullish. You can understand what I say just to remember that the Standard & Poor from October to December of last year fall of near 20%, exactly 19.50%, and recover in 1 month and a half more of 50%. So you can understand how it's complicated now to speak about the possibility of new sell-off. If this sell-off doesn't appear, it's very we can say that it's impossible that the market reverse the direction in this moment. We need high volatility and high volume to have this reversal. So for now, we are in the last part of this quarterly. So take care, because in the next week we can have some answer to our ask related to if the market can present a new volatility. Remember in any event that we have a lot of macro appointment in next month. We have the Brexit deal on 12th of March. In 20th of March we have Fed. From 1st of March we have to know what happened with the USA trade war, etc. So we expect a very interesting March. The same time we can say the same for Dow Jones and Nasdaq. Dow Jones recover practically this smart money zone that block for now the last a new breakout. But in general, remember that up this level 26,326, we can have a new breakout, and the price could start a new uptrend with first target in 611 and in extension 803. All depend on how the market react in these days. In the same time, until we remain up this zone, it's difficult to have a reversal of uptrend. But of course, take care, because the price today could try to reach this level or this. So for scalper or intraday trader, it could be useful to try some short, but remember that the price can do a reversal in every moment. For Nasdaq, the situation it's a little complicated, but we have a lot of information about. We have some stock with some problem like Nvidia that or Netflix. So it's normal that for now remain a little stopped. But Nasdaq, remember that is the first index in volatility, and in case the market starts a new uptrend, we can have a great upsides. In this case, all this zone is a resistance zone. Until we don't break this level in 7,212, it's very difficult to have a strong reversal and strong upsides. For now, we maintain our attention this level for today in 7,023, and in case the price break this level, we can have some bearish acceleration for the rest of the day. Now let me explain something about with the Brexit and pound, because the price you know that the last webinar suggests to try long position only up 1.3074, 1.31. We have this breakout for simpler reason, because the bulls pushed the pound because were injected with a renewed sense of confidence, with the possibility that UK Prime Minister Theresa May could delay Brexit beyond 29 of March. What happened that in the middle of March, if the Parliament don't vote the deal, they asked the Article 50, and in this case, we have a delay of Brexit, and they can take time until June, which is the scenario in this case. This case, we can have a new deal with the European Union on a new referendum that oblige at least or can oblige the UK remain in European Union. As I told you in the last month, at least we will arrive at some deal, a good deal for all parts. So it's logical that pound bullish, of course. It was dependent for another factor, because yesterday the testimony of President Powell show that the Fed maintain the dovish attitude, wait and see. So the dollar going down. In this case, you can see how the pound take power. What we have to expect now, because the break of our green zone here, that was very important here between 1.3235 and 1.32. This is a very, very important zone that we have to maintain to have more bullish pressure. And my idea that now we can aspire to reach a new target in phase one in intermediate resistance here in 1.3349 at the extension. It's probably that we can try to reach this zone in next days. Chance of exceeding 1.39. Yes, it's possible, but not this week. In general, if I think that if it is a very, very interesting target, but I think that it's complicated for now, and I would like to focus my attention on what we have now. I think that this point here in 1.3429 could open a new long-term, new long bullish term. So, as I told you, the trader bet on good resolution of Brexit. And so in this case, we are near a new momentum explosion, and I think that is possible, that we can recover the situation before the Brexit. So it's possible that we can recover all this in the next years. All depend on how this deal will be ended, if good or bad. I think good, because European Union cannot don't want something very complicated in the economic relation with the UK. And I have another ask. Sorry, it is back in the stronger correction or push past 1.33. All right. For the question of correction, I would like to remember that now the trend is bullish. So for some retracement, I would like to suggest, at least to someone who won't buy, some retracement in this zone. At least for me, it could be very useful to buy here, or at least here. Here we have a smart money zone. So until the price remain up, this level is bullish, but a good retracement until this level could be very useful to buy. But for now, with the situation of Brexit, we can have the possibility to break 1.33 and more. So my suggestion is to maintain a lot of attention of how the price will push in the next days. And of course, the next week we will take a look of situation of pound, because I know that a lot of traders are interested in this pair. Let me finish with the DAX, oil and gold, and we know that the trend here is bullish, and at the same time I would like to remember the price have reached very important zone this week. That is located in 11,550. This is a long-term zone, and in case the price could break in weekly or monthly basis this level and maintain, we can expect a new bullish trend in the long term. So we have to maintain a lot of attention. You can understand how it is important the level that we have touched these days. So we continue in H4 charts and 50 minutes to suggest some daily trading ideas. You can appreciate how this zone block for now, the break, the walk of buyers, but take care that this volume is not so strong, so we can break this level in every moment. In the 15 minutes, you can see what's happened today, because the market reversal and break this morning the psychological level of 11,500 and reach this very important smart zone of last day, here located between 453 and 442. What we have to do is to understand if we have the power to break this level, but remember that the volatility today is very, very low, so it's complicated. We have to maintain a position for some hour. I suggest in any event to try sell a stop. If the price break below this zone, it could be better here in the zone of 440 with stop of course of 30 points. And just a moment, I would like to try to reach at least this zone and in extension here. This could be useful to try here because the price here is in reversal zone, and understand that if price remain here, we can have some strong pullback. In the same time, long position by entry are suggesting only if the price break this level here up for 514 with stop of course of 30 points, and try to reach this level at an extension here. What I can suggest today, that we are blocked in this volume zone, so it's very difficult to trade the DAX today. Let me finish with gold and oil, and remember in DAX that its price remain here on the don't break here. We have a chopper range, but you can use for a small reversal. Gold, the price was blocked here in our level. Our target remain in this smart money zone until the price remain up 1,424. the trend is bullish. We can try some short, at least only if the price break this level, but we are very near, and the dovish up of Fed help to maintain a weak dollars, and the gold maintain the bullish aptitude. For oil, we know that the production cut, some tweet of Trump about sanction and the aptitude of OPEC, that it is against the USA legislature, create some problem, but just a small a small red candle. The trend is bullish. The OPEC maintain the production cut. So our zone of $55, sorry, $54.74 help to have a new uptrend, and we are very near our target of $58. Remember, as I tell you the last Wednesday, that the level of $58 is the line between resistant. In case of breakout, give us a change of trend, and we can start a new upturn with first target in $60. For now, the price maintain this support, and it's more probably that we continue to go up. Remember, in an event that if the price don't break this level, it's very difficult to do a good short. For today, a good level of short could be $53.81. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for your answer. And I would like to decide you a very good week, and enjoy your trading. See you next Wednesday. Bye.
Okay, thank you very much, Giancarlo, for your showing us what's going on and the conditions today with the markets. Yes, already you said it. You are back next week on Wednesday. We are back tomorrow at the same time with New Trader. Tomorrow with Marcus Gabel here at the same place. So yeah, thanks for all our listeners and join us here today. Have a good time and always nice trades. See you. Bye bye.